Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Elliot, and this is for my friend Lindsay, the creator of MyTwoCentsOfNonsense, his YouTube channel. So he posed a question, and because Star Wars is coming out, and the three questions are going to be, what do I think of the original? What does the original trilogy mean to me? What did I feel about the prequels, and how do I feel about the new upcoming 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 6, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9? 4, 5, 6? Yeah, it's 7, 8, 9. That's crazy. So first off, I consider myself a third generation Star Wars person. What I mean by that is like first generation is like people who they're like the super fans. They know it from the comics. They read all the comics. They've played all the games. They've seen the original trilogy maybe at the theaters when it played and whatnot. Second generation is like people who started when the original trilogy started, and maybe they haven't read the comics, but they're still like super fans and like they dress up and whatnot. I'm like third generation. I actually don't own a Star Wars shirt, which was kind of scary to me. And like every part of my Star Wars initiation was through things after the movie already came out. I was born in '86. I'm not really sure when the original trilogy came out, but I definitely knew about it after. I think I want to say my earliest memory of Star Wars was Star Tours at Disneyland, and riding that ride and thinking it was amazing, and then like watching the original trilogy, and I thought that it was really cool because, I mean, like it's like it was science fiction, but it wasn't science fiction. Like they were using swords, and like they came up with the idea of having lightsabers, making swords really, really cool. And like the blasters were really cool, and all the characters were really different. I liked aliens, the actual race, not the movie. I mean, the movie's okay. What's it called? But I mean, like everything that I know about Star Wars was through aftermarket things. I loved playing all of the games, like just literally all of them. What was it? The fighting one, the Masters of Terra Sky, the N64 one, where you play as somebody that's not even like the original trilogy characters. Like the Genesis game. I had it for my Game Boy. I mean, like. I played KOTOR, and I was a beast at the arcade game, and I could actually beat that entire game off of 1 credit. So after doing all these aftermarket things, I went back to the original trilogy and watched it, and that's how I liked it. That's how I started liking it. It wasn't like when I first watched it and just loved it. It was like I was like, oh, this is the character from that, and oh, this is the character from that, and so that's how I feel about the original trilogy. The prequels was basically when like the new movies were coming out, and so I have a weird story on that. I was super excited because at that point now I was initiated into the Star Wars culture. And so, like being able to learn like things that you just always wondered about, like the origins of how Anakin became evil, and if Yoda's an actual badass, those were all questions that I really wanted answered. And so when I was watching the original trilogy, I was watching it as entertainment, and I didn't think about it. I thought, and I just liked it for all the cool scenes. The pod racing scene, the Yoda fight was the most epic thing in that entire thing. General Grievous, how he can hold like 4 lightsabers, was really cool. And I mean, like the scene in the dome where all the Jedis like storm down and you see all the Jedis fighting at the same time, was really cool. And that's what I remember it as. It was one of those things that after repeat viewings and after listening to like different kinds of opinions that people had about it and why it sucked, that's when I started hating it. That's when I started realizing all the things that people were realizing while they were watching it, but because I'm just a third generation person, I was just watching it for entertainment, and then it was kind of okay. It wasn't as bad as all these other people were making it. One of my favorite examples of what you should do if you've never seen any of them, somebody posted this online, and it's the greatest thing to me. You watch you watch the episodes in this order. You watch episode 4, you watch episode 5, you completely skip episode 1 because literally nothing in that entire thing is worth anything. If you like literally think about that movie, it could have been completely taken out and nothing would have changed. So you watch 4, 5, you use which ends in the reveal. You watch episode 2 and then 3 as flashbacks, which I think is the greatest idea, so that when you finally get to 6, Luke Skywalker in like the robe and doing the Force choke, that all makes sense that he's turning evil. And that's something that I would have never even picked up on. I just thought, like, why is he wearing different stuff when I first watched it? And it's because you get to see Anakin wearing the robe and doing Force chokes, and he's evil. So how do I feel about the new trilogy? Really excited. And really excited for a multitude of reasons. One, because after, again, hearing about all the things about why the original trilogy was so terrible, it was terrible. And so I'm really excited because it's starting after all of that, and it's continuing the story that left the good taste in your mouth, which was 4, 5, and 6. I'm excited because J.J. Abrams is doing it, and I love that guy. I loved him in Lost. I loved him in Star Trek. Just how he writes, and how he writes twist after twist, and how he does storytelling. Hopefully there's not lightsaber lens flare, but I swear if that happens in the movie, I'm going to start like cracking up for like 30 minutes. But how he does his storytelling is just amazing, and I just have so much trust in him that he's going to make it amazing. My only fear, and then I'll end this video, my only fear is that Kylo Ren dies in the first one. Because after... Sorry, monorail. My only fear is that Kylo Ren dies in the first one, and I will be so mad, because Darth Maul was like the coolest character with the double-bladed lightsaber that was very pronounced in the trailer for episode 1. And then he dies, and nobody cares. And then you have General Grievous, who was like a boss in the Clone Wars cartoon series, like just killing and murdering Jedis, and he has asthma, and then dies by a blaster. I swear, if Kylo Ren dies, I'm gonna be so mad. I will watch 8 and 9 in anger, but I'll still watch it because I'm sure it'll be amazing. But that's it. I hope that was good, Lindsay.